guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Ubbe from Kyuujin cosplay, and today we are back again to you guys with Vikings, episode 12 or 6 part 2 episode 2.
We just finished last episode, so cheeks are still red and eyes are still puffy.
So Bjorn is dead, but technically still standing because
they buried him on his horse. That was pretty cool. Very badass way to go. He was just... he fucking scared everyone else, you know, like the rest didn't know what to think about this. Ivar was in awe and shock, and Vitzek was sad and he gave a farewell to his brother. That was fucking nice. Everyone fought and everyone won too, because the Rust fled. That's saying a lot. Because everyone in Norway showed up for Bjorn. The letter he sent last episode, 2 episodes ago, that was that.
All of the kings and all of the Jarl answered his call and came to help him. And it's completely surrounded, that's the name?
They surrounded the Rust.
They surrounded the Rust, and the Rust just flee with their tail between their legs.
Yeah. Harold was a prisoner at one point, but then someone, I'm guessing, freed him. We think it might be Ivar or someone close to the king who's gonna become Ivar's ally at one point, maybe? I don't know. There's still so much to see, you know, in between Ivar, Oleg, and the plans that everyone are trying to create. Olaf died though. They killed him. He did not make a sound when they burned him alive. That was weird.
He too died like a badass.
Yep. So at this point, I don't know. Like, and Ubbe is preparing to go to America, and he's not trusting Flatnose at all at this point. So we need to know what happened with Floki. We need to know why he's lying about Floki. And we need to know what Ivar and Oleg are gonna do next. So let's jump in this episode and see what happens.
Alright,
let's go.
Still with the new song and the new opening.
The music is so weird to me. Like, it's a bit...
it's the club version.
You're the first settlers this season. Congratulations. I bring a message for Ubbe. Son of Ragnar, if he's here.
Bjorn is dead.
Here I am. Bjorn Ironside, King of Kattegat, is dead.
Don't feel too bad that you weren't there.
What do you want?
Jesus!
Away!
They think that if they scare the kid enough, he's gonna talk. And he could definitely talk, but...
This is madness.
especially since this kid is supposed to be your king eventually, you know? Congrats, now what? I hate these guys so much.
Come down here.
I hope that when Ivar kills this guy, it's gonna be great.
What have I done? I have destroyed your innocence. It's time you grew up, Ivar. You're not a child anymore. I will no longer protect or shield you from the harsh realities of life. From now on, I'll make you face them.
This is a reality of life? You freaking out? Ivar is talking about him becoming king eventually and stuff.
Kattegat was attacked.
Maybe it's a way to scare him away from wanting to be king. You don't want to be king, it's too harsh.
Of Kiev. There were 2 battles. The first near Vestfold. In that battle, the Rus, they overcame us. Bjorn was badly, almost mortally wounded. We retreated back to Kattegat. The Rus, they gathered outside. That night, Bjorn breathed his last. In the morning, a great miracle happened. he rode out in front of our warriors. And the Rus, having heard of his demise, were shocked and terrified to see him actually alive again. Those superstitious creatures, they fled before him, and they never returned.
It's gonna be the legend now, you know?
Here in this faraway place, I want to pay tribute and salute the life of my brother Bjorn. Many a time on the battlefield, I looked to him for leadership and courage, and he never failed. I know that he wanted us to go on this incredible journey and to find a new land. Just like our father, he wanted to throw off the shackles of old. Whatever the risk. He is now in Valhalla with Ragnar, so there's no need to be sad. Fill up your horns and let's drink to the great Bjorn Einstein. He was my brother and he was your brother.
Ubbe's really good at speeches.
Don't make me cry again, you fucking show!
Bjorn.
I'm drinking in his honor too, even if it's just water.
In my mind, I'm drinking too.
But now who's gonna take his place? His wife?
Bjorn's death has left a hole in all our lives. But it has also left a vacancy in Kattegat. The king is dead. The people must elect a new ruler.
I mean,
I'm gonna elect Gunhild. She
would they
deserves
follow
it.
her?
But you are Bjorn's wife. And a great shield maiden. Proved yourself again and again in battle.
I like him.
You gave him good advice, you are clever. And you're a beautiful Gunhild.
I don't want it.
And I will propose you as queen.
She's our queen.
I'm gonna vote for her.
I do not think I am so popular. Not with the people. You are popular with those who saw you fight. And you are Bjorn's wife. You are popular by association.
Because we're not talking about just Kattegat, we're talking about Norway. Like,
I know,
Well, people have heard of her battle.
but you know
What she done?
perfectly well.
hopefully there's no battle for the throne and she gets it. Or we get someone else that deserves it. Making them dig their own graves.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. Definitely the twisted kind of thing that he would do.
What is these men? They are the most important officers in our army. Why are they digging a ditch? They need to be reminded that they're not as important as they imagine themselves to be. I don't want to watch.
You will do as I tell you. These officers betrayed their country.
It's not
They
true.
ran from the battlefield like cowards. I must make an example of them.
You ran as well. Ivar ran as well. Everyone ran.
They ran, said retreat. They ran before the retreat.
I'm too gentle for war, guys. Funny enough, though, I wonder if it's going to lead to his defeat eventually, his ultimate defeat, because he's basically getting rid of the people in charge.
He's gonna find other people to be in charge, but
Yeah,
the fact
but-
he's getting rid of his own people, that's the thing.
Who would want to fight for this guy?
People who feared him?
Fear is not a good way to lead an army.
Show them what you will do to traitors. Look up.
Please, I beg you for mercy. Please, don't kill me.
It's not the same as Olaf saying, just go ahead.
Please.
He had no choice. It's either do as Oleg says or who knows what's gonna happen. It's gonna mess the kid up.
Have you made a decision?
I've decided to call a meeting of the Althing. Kattegat must have a new ruler. And you will support me?
Of course.
You are ambitious. What would you expect in return for your support?
Some token of friendship. You know how much I admire you.
Well, at least he's honest.
Sadly, we cannot wait for your child to become ruler of Kattegat. These are quick and desperate times. The Rus may attack us again, and yet we have no king or queen to unite behind. You're Bjorn's wife. You carry his child. I think the legacy of Ragnar Lothbrok and Bjorn Ironside should live and continue.
I just said I loved you. What the fuck?
And I have a chance.
Given the right preparations.
I would like to be queen.
Why?
I know.
An exchange of what?
He's just playing them. I thought he was a good guy.
We said he was an honest guy, not a good guy.
Not the same thing. Oh my god. That's why I don't trust her. She keeps trying to manipulate him and manipulate his feelings.
Hjärtat mitt.
Oh my gosh, Katja!
I knew she was gonna do this shit.
Katja, damn it! Why?
Because she wants him to go with her. Trust her.
Tätä, Katja. Kyuujin sinne.
Ik ken hier vredis. Keter su ikke seith.
Bitch, stop.
Stu vilt mik. Ik.
It's no use because I can't get it up anyway.
But if it was...
Well, he feels it. Like, what magic is this? Did you ever try with Freitas?
I think that in a way he never technically ever tried.
He thought he couldn't because the few times he tried, his
Didn't work.
body image was so low that it did not work. But obviously it works. He's just, whoa.
Oh,
But I don't like this at all.
I don't like that, but good job, Katja.
It took like all of 5 seconds. He was in that much need.
What is your plan, man?
Do you want to come with me?
He wants to get the girl, I think.
Which one?
And no matter which one he gets the crown too. I don't know, like, now I don't trust anyone in this fucking show. Because everyone keeps turning around and doing some shitty stuff when no one's looking. Like, and tell me, like, is she doing this because the other
I
one's
think that she wants to
pregnant?
be pregnant, yeah.
I know that Tyr is still alive. Please tell me, has he been in contact with you? And where is he?
Fucking don't fall for
He
this.
came here. He told me that his army is assembling and will soon take over Novgorod.
That's
We're
what she
waiting for a
wants.
signal. When the signal comes, we must spirit Igor away.
Is it, like, naive of me to now wish that she did not betray, like, Ivar or anything?
You're not going to stay?
We will talk soon.
Of course.
The power of the D is too strong.
What is it you really want?
I think you know.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys because that's about honesty, just like Eric just right there. I do not believe that Katya is on Ivar's side.
Me neither.
And just like with Freydis, Ivar just told everything that she wanted to say.
Ivar, and like whether or not she's gonna betray him or anything, saying what he said is bad. Honestly, that's the worst season for Ivar was when Freydis was there because he was being manipulated by whatever the hell she was saying to him. His heart, his dick, his need, it manipulated him. Okay, no dick with
He
Freydis,
never
but
gave the D to Freydis.
but still, like it's the need and everything that she gave him. Like not sexual, fulfillment or anything, but support, love, respect, all of that shit that he never had. Like that's his addiction. Like it's no wonder that in this episode we both got Ivar with Katya and Vitsa and the drugs. I do feel like that. Why would she ask this right after sleeping with Ivar? I don't trust her. There's a little part of me that's like, hopefully we were wrong and she's okay, but like, God.
That'll be nice. That'll be really nice for a change that she's gonna decide to go with Ivar and go against Oleg, but
no.
That'll be just to be us being naive,
Yeah. So like, just like Oleg, she basically used Ivar's addiction against him. Kind of same as Vitsa. They both used their addiction
Probably
and what they
because Oleg couldn't have anything against Ivar. Because
he doesn't know how to manipulate him,
No.
But he got that one weakness.
Only thing that he could have against him would be Katya, who looks like Freydis.
Well, Ivar made the mistake of saying, of appearing weak when it comes to her, of showing emotions, of showing weakness. And Oleg is a good manipulator. I don't like the guy. Well, I enjoy the character. I don't like him, but I enjoy the character. And I think he's very good at manipulating and pushing the right buttons, and it doesn't always work, but there's a reason why he won over his brother when we met him in the other season.
Yeah.
So same here, like same with Vitsa, kind of playing that he doesn't really know him, but he knows him enough to know that if he pushes him in the right places, he might get him on his side.
From what he said, from what maybe people told him about, he knew that just by asking Vitsa to be, I trust you more than Ivar. You're gonna be one of my personal Viking guards.
Exactly.
He's gonna put Vitsa on a pedestal compared to his brother, something that he
make him feel worth it.
Technically wanted in the past, maybe still, and maybe it didn't really work. We don't know yet, but by now he offered him drugs.
Yeah. What I wished is, since it's the last season, I hope that, and they've made this mistake before, I hope that they've grown and they learn from it and they manage to save the day right before, it gets too bad. Because now, if she is with Oleg, they know about what's going to happen. So that would be a miracle if they still manage to do it, without anything happening. The only way for this to work is for her to not be on Oleg's side, but like...
Unless Ivar decides to kill Katya and just get the hell out of Kiev with Igor.
But he can't, because that's the thing. Like, we were saying that they're forced to play this game. Like, they can't just leave right now, because if they need to get Oleg, they're gonna have a split second, window. They're gonna have one opportunity, and that's it. Otherwise, like, it's gonna start a full-on, war. They need to attack them when they're not ready. And for that to happen, they can't raise any suspicion before the attack. So they can't go or leave or kill anyone before everyone is ready. It's not gonna happen now, obviously. But we will see. Maybe Ivar, he's been so good this far. I was thinking, watching this episode and watching several episodes of last season, that it felt good to be able to root for Ivar again, because when he was with Freydis, I did not root for him at all. I was not on his side.
It wasn't the same, so...
Exactly. No. And, with the battle with Bjorn and everything, like, I could not support Oleg, but I went back to loving Ivar enough that I was, I did not want him to die. I did not want him to suffer. I was rooting both for him and the other brothers, you know, that was a 50-50 thing, but this shit he just did was bad, and I hope he, you know, I'm rooting for him, so I hope he has a plan and he ends up on top, because she hit him right in his weakness. Hell, she did something for him he even didn't think was possible. That's gonna be intense for him. We will see. We will see. The whole thing with Igor is also very disturbing. I get what he's doing. He's turning it. Well, I think that Oleg knows that the kid and Ivar are plotting together. Before I was like, maybe he's trying to scare him, you know, to make him think that he doesn't want to be king and anything. And then later on, I thought maybe he's just trying to turn him into a king like him. He's trying to, you know, get him on his side. Maybe both. I don't know. He's trying to keep him away from Ivar, trying to make him do ruthless things and change him.
It wouldn't be unheard of that people who technically Igor is the true heir, the next king.
Yes.
So by taking Igor and trying to, what's the term again?
It's true. Like in the way, it's
frame
true.
in a way that's gonna be just like Oleg. Oleg's gonna be sure that.
Well, he's not gonna keep the throne even if he changes the
Sorry,
kid.
I cannot find my word in English. I'm gonna say it in French. You're gonna translate, please. Okay.
Okay.
Bon. En utilisant Igor pour le mettre à son image, il s'arrange pour créer un empire que lui il veut et s'assurer que qu'est-ce qu'il veut faire plus tard, ben ça soit que c'est.
By using Igor, by changing Igor, so he's just like Oleg. Oleg is making sure that the empire is gonna be just like he wants it to be. I don't know about this, because I think that he's more, you know, he wants the throne more than it's not a question of, oh, I want Russ to be just like I wish it is, you know.
Well, but technically, the true heir is Igor. You cannot forget that.
And for sure, but if he scares him away from the throne, like he's showing him a harsh reality, and in a way, like he's a bit too much. Like Oleg is a bit too much. He's too crazy, too ruthless, too everything. But it's true that if you are gonna be the king, you need to be, you know, taught how to be the king. You need to know that reality is harsh, and you need to make harsh decisions. He's just a kid, though. I know that back then, people became king
At young
when
age.
they were young,
Yeah.
and I mean, you do have to learn how to make, you know, not ruthless, but harsh decisions. But this is not, you know, about harsh decisions. This is about, it's about being a dictator. It's about, you know, ruling with fear and everything. And it's not because it worked for some people that it's going to work for everyone. Some kings manage to rule with kindness.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate though. I do know that some kingdom back then did use the fact that people were not respecting the orders and just going against their king orders were being killed, as an example.
Now, for sure, when they killed the officers...
For his generals to just run away because they were scared, where they were not asked to do so.
But there's a part of me that's, you know, I agree. When they killed them, I added, I'm not meant for war, like I'm too gentle for war, because I knew that for an officer, you know, you have an army, and if your officers run during the battle, well, then first of all, it doesn't look good, and second of all, of course, you're gonna lose. At the same time, the way it you know, appeared to me last episode, they did not run. I didn't see anyone run. I saw Bjorn, they got scared, no one ran, and then when they got surrounded and they realized that they were gonna lose, everyone started being like, okay, shit, let's go. Even and Ivar was like, let's go too.
Okay, we didn't see technically the whole battle. I know that it has for a retreat, so if I'm correct, maybe they just turn back before they decide to retreat.
And to be fair,
if that is true, that will be the case then.
I think he cannot face the reality of what happened. You know, he doesn't understand that you can lose, like you're not invincible, and you lost against Bjorn. Bjorn won. That's it.
So he's gonna find a scapegoat and say that I did
Well, he
lose
was-
because it
yes.
was your fault then?
He was saying to Katya like, "Oh, we can't win. There's no reality in which we can't lose. There's no reality in which we can lose. It's impossible for us to lose." So he's like, obviously, if we lost, it's because they ran, So that I think he's turning something that wasn't as intense as he made it seem into something huge that deserves death. Because that was too much, and for him to force the kid to do horrible stuff like killing the officers when he's not involved, I think he's playing with the fact that Ivar is showing you this idea of becoming king as a thing that you deserve, something that's great, something that makes you do whatever the hell you want. But I'm going to show you what being king truly means, and it's something harsh, something that scares the kid, something he doesn't like. Maybe in the hope of scaring him away from the throne, because otherwise, well, in that case, he just wants Russ to be exactly like he wants, and he's turning Igor into a mini version of him.
Technically, again, it is the job of a king to be the one to make the punishment.
Well, yeah, but he's not king right now, and he didn't choose this. He didn't order this. And, he's looking at Ivar like, do I do it? Do I do it? And Ivar he can't just say no. Otherwise, he's gonna, the kid is gonna pay for this, so he has to do it. When it comes to Olaf last episode, it made sense. The kid before that was saying, oh, I don't like the fact that I didn't get to kill anyone. And I'm like, dude, you don't know what it feels like to kill anyone. And instead of preparing him for this, they just make him kill someone. And right away, it showed that he didn't like that. He didn't want to do that. And Olaf was, telling him it's okay. I'm fine with dying. This was completely different, but he had to do it. He was forced to do it. And it's not that I don't think he would grow up to be that type of king if given the chance. And being a gentle king doesn't mean you don't have any discipline. You don't punish the people that betray you or anything. I've never been a fan of ruling with fear because I've seen examples of in TV shows and in history of kings who managed to rule without fear. You get respect works also. Just saying. And there's the thing, the brother was saying that people want things to change, and I'm guessing that after what he did with the officers, people will want things to change.
If you want an example just with Vikings about ruling with fear or ruling with loyalty and with love.
The sons of Ragnar.
Just think about Bjorn. People respected him, were loyal to him,
Ragnar.
and loved him. So that when Bjorn asked for their help, everyone showed up to help him defeat the Russ. Compared to King Harald, who people didn't respect, sees him as a schemer, something like that. Nobody showed up. No one.
Respect legacy and the stuff that you did to deserve this. That helps. That definitely helps. Ragnar never ruled with fear. He didn't, shy away from punishing people when it was time to punish them.
He tried to be the most as just as possible.
Exactly. But he managed to rule
as fair as possible.
Yeah, but he managed to rule and it did not end well, but he still managed to do it. And in Lagertha, same, she wasn't ruling through fear.
Should try not to.
Maybe in the end a little bit, but at first, no. I don't know. Some people will argue that fear works best. I think I prefer respect and
I will always prefer more respect over fear and intimidation.
Yeah, even Ivar wasn't as bad,
Well, he was burning people alive.
Yeah, he got bad. He got more bad, but then before that, it wasn't I don't know, I feel he was pretty bad. But Oleg has always been like this. It's not a question of him becoming worse. He's just, you're in his presence and you feel like he could stab you in the neck just because you coughed.
You sneeze wrong, you're dead.
At least
I want to say also that I really like the image when they took down the sort of bird nest. When Oleg said that he was just killing Igor's innocence. Igor was once a baby bird and now he's a mighty eagle flying in the sky.
Well, not yet, but...
Not yet, but he's gonna be a mighty eagle flying in the sky. But
anyway.
It was a nice image when he took down the bird nest.
In any case, there's only one season left, but I was naive. It was naive of me I was naive enough to think that there was not going to be any scheming this season.
There's been schemes since season 1.
But instead we got so many people more people than we thought we would get this season who are trying to manipulate people.
Before we finish though, I want to talk about Gunhild and
Wait,
Ingrid.
that's what I meant. I'm like, I don't know. I think he wants to be king. He's an outcast. He doesn't have a place. It's okay to want to be king, but manipulating people into giving you the crown when you don't deserve it, I don't know. I thought he was a good guy, and now he's doing this shit. I'm like, nah.
He's a calf 2.0. Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, if he convinces one to become queen and to, take him as a husband in exchange for his support, that's okay, but then why go to the other one and create the fight?
He wants to be sure that no matter the answer, because Gunhild is a respected woman, she's a fisherman, but Ingrid has Bjorn's child.
But he's the one who pushed the idea onto her. He's the one that went to her and was like, push that flame.
I'm not gonna make any assumption, but I think that he wants to be sure that no matter what will be the answer, he's gonna be in charge with the woman.
If that's what's happening, I hate this.
Because, like he said, people respect Gunhild. People heard of what she did as a child, and she was Bjorn's wife. She was with him when she was inspiring people to fight for Bjorn.
But the other one has a potential baby.
Potential heir, who is technically Bjorn's child.
Although that, I don't know. She's not well known. She doesn't show she hasn't fought that much. I think that if Gunhild would say, in front of everyone that she was raped by Harold, it would end right there.
She told Bjorn that she was pregnant before he died. So that means that she must have been pregnant before she got raped by Harold.
She knew. It depends. It depends how much time passed between the fight and when she told him.
I will say maybe.
And it's not even her. He said it. He was like, "Oh, I think you were pregnant." He said it. She didn't tell him. He said it.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be optimist that she's pregnant with his child.
It could definitely be his because it's true that not much time passed between the rape and her saying I'm pregnant. And I thought but the thing is, you can never know. You can never be sure.
She can pull a Magnus, okay?
Well, but
she can pull as far as we
know,
Magnus, and people will still believe that it's gonna be Bjorn's son or Bjorn's daughter.
No, but the thing is, it doesn't matter. Kind of like with Bjorn, it doesn't matter if he was Rollo's or Ragnar, because Ragnar was the one who raised them. So in the end, it didn't matter. With this, it doesn't matter who's the father. What matters is that there will be people who will doubt that it's Bjorn's. Mm-hmm. And that's what she needs, support right now. If she wants to be queen.
People doesn't know that she was raped. Only Gunhild knew that she was
raped. Harold.
And Harold escaped.
And he's still alive somewhere. And he did say that he was gonna make her his wife if Bjorn died in battle.
Shit.
So, this is still something. Anyway, we'll see next episode. And we are going west now. It's actually happening. So we might see some America.
Oh, that was so beautiful, though. Seeing Ubbe just talking to Flat Nose and the other guy, I forgot his name.
It reminded me of Tyrion so much.
Manipulating people left and right.
It reminded me of Tyrion in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, something he didn't do in the last season.
The one thing though I don't like is that when you play people like that, there's always a chance that it's gonna fall right back on you. And when you're in an unknown land surrounded by, and we know there are people over there, surrounded by unknown people who will be, wary. I don't know if they're gonna fight back, but they will be wary. You're gonna have to face hardships, and you need to count on everyone. And if people don't trust each other, it's not gonna be good. Anyway, we'll see what his plan is for the future. I wish we could see Floki at least one last time before the end of the show. Damn it! What happened to Floki, his fate, is directly linked to the secret that Flatnose won't tell us. So as soon as we clear that, we can potentially know what happened. So maybe then. Anyway. Alright, so that's it for Vikings. I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. If you want to see the next episode right away, it is on Patreon already, or it will be very soon. At least it will be before it is on YouTube. So check it out if you want. The link is in the description.
And if you don't, do it for the next one to be out on YouTube, which will be potentially next week.
No, this is next week.
Okay, next week. See you guys.
Bye.